I had COVID. Like the story of Giwa Bobagunte, I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. I was not meant to go to secondary school.
How many members did Giwa Bobagunte started with?
We started with 99. I didn't want him to be Giwa. I can have Gary for breakfast. I, Otumba Giwa Adesanya Yusuf, as people refer to me, on my 16th birthday. I want to thank God. I want to be thankful and even ask Him. I want to thank God for the grace that He has given me to see this day and for the exceeding grace He has bestowed on me. Because when you're talking about grace, He has really bestowed exceeding grace on me. And I just want to beg God, beseech Him to continue to shower me with His exceeding grace in all ways possible, health-wise and in other areas. Because importantly, the most important thing about life I've come to realize, health, good health. And God continue to shower me with health. And the wherewithal to maintain whichever status I continue. Thank you.
Today I'm live in Ijebu to have a chat with a respected Ijebu chief, the Boba Shelu of Ijebu land, Otumba Adesanya Yusuf, and one of the most respected high chief in Ijebu land, the Giwa Bobagunte Akile Ijebu. We're talking about the advocates between 1959 to 1961. He's been the Giwa right from inception. He's been Giwa close to 30 years. Of course, Bobagunte is one of the biggest regbe in Ijebu. Talking about a group that has produced the serving governor in the whole of Ogun State. Isn't that something to be so excited about? Today is his 65th birthday, and we're rolling out the drum. We're celebrating him big. You need to celebrate the Yusuf. Káàkiri gbogbo lẹ́jẹ̀bú. Wọ́n sọ fún yín pé àwọn Yusuf wọn ò ṣe fọwọ́rọ́ sẹ́yìn, gbajúgbajà ni wọ́n. Bàbá wa ta tí wọ́n bá sọ̀rọ̀ lónìí, tẹ́ bá béèrè lọ́wọ́ Àwùjalẹ̀, kẹ́jí bàbá wa Ọba Síkírù Láì Adétọ̀nà lójú oorun. Wọ́n ní Bọ́ba Ṣèlú àwọn nìyẹn láti ìgbà tó ti jẹ Gíwá àti kí wọ́n tó jẹ Gíwá ni wọ́n ti make sure pé major development ó ṣẹlẹ̀ nílùú Ìjẹ̀bú. Just like I told you, they have a serving governor, they produce senators from this regbe. Sir, it is good to have you to talk to us. He's also a communicator, and we have a lot to learn from him in terms of our profession, his life, his growing up days, and how the Ijebu has been able to make a very, very remarkable development in the whole of Ogun State. Babami,
thank you.
It is nice to see you again.
Thank you very much.
Wow, you're welcome,
it's
sir.
It's a great pleasure to have you and your crew here.
Thank you so much,
I'm
sir.
I'm highly honored.
Thank you, sir. Sir, it's your 65th birthday today. You're 65. You actually don't look it.
Thank you.
Still, I remember when I met you through my respected boss, Dr. Shekeinde, over 8-9 years ago. And you're still here just the exact way, just like the last time I saw you. What is the secret of your youthful look at 65?
Thank you. I will say the grace of God. And I came up with a word, and not just that I came up with that word, my situation brought about that word. Those words I used to say exceeding grace. My kind of grace is not just an ordinary grace, it's an exceeding grace. I know that I've gone through a lot of challenges, and still I am always coming on top, all situations. So my youthful look, one, I don't let things bother me. I don't carry things too far. What you see is what you get with me. I tell you as it is, and after that, I move on. And I go to bed, I sleep very well. I'm not thinking about you any longer. And I like to be at peace with myself and love my family, especially my wife and my children. We speak. My children, most of them are not here, but we communicate every day. That's the joy. And I travel to see them. And we, like 4 or 5 times in a year, I'm away. And we always seeing each other. So that's it. I have nothing to worry about. God has blessed me exceedingly.
Oh, so. Exceeding grace. Wow. Sir, you just mentioned something that caught my fancy. And that is saying that you've gone through challenges, because I actually don't want to believe that the ever smiling Giwa Bobagunte Adesanya that we see at social gathering, that we see smiling, you're always smiling. So it's shocking to me to hear that you've been through any challenges.
Yeah, I kind of know from what I've seen in the world with my little sojourn, I would say, my experiences, and the spiritual books, the Quran and the Bible and other books. And what will I say again? Life generally. Life, God has not promised anyone that you won't
go through challenges.
You will go through challenges. I haven't seen anyone that God has promised that, even his prophets. So there is no one, even beneath the smiling face, there are times that you are carrying a heavy burden. You are carrying a heavy burden. Maybe,
when you turned 60, did it ever cross your mind that you're going to be 65? Did you go through anything that that came all of a sudden and you're like, oh, Tolomba show me Koja 65? Was it anything you went through?
I'll be honest. When I turned 60, it was the COVID year. The COVID year when I turned 60. And I had a health scare then. I had COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. I had COVID. We were preparing for the 60 years of the members that turned 60 that year. And that happened to be the year I turned 60 as well. So my Egbe does this group thing. We celebrate ourselves. And just prior to about 3 weeks to the event, and in my way, I'm always active, I take the lead in whatever is being done. And Otumba Adesanya was our chairman for the committee then I just oversee. And suddenly I couldn't even be with them.
Wow.
And I didn't want to tell them I had COVID. And I didn't want them to come and see me.
Wow. And how did you survive that?
Well, through the sheer grace of God, I have a daughter that is a medical doctor, and another one that was studying medicine then. She's passed out now. So they were guiding me, and we have a COVID test kit at home. When I saw the symptoms, I tested, I said, this is COVID. So I refused to go to the meetings, and they didn't understand why I wasn't coming to the meeting. But it got to a level, I said, I would prefer to die than go through this.
Wow.
This pain.
Wow.
But in the exceeding grace that God has blessed me with, I survived it and I was able to participate in the program. We were supposed to go to Dubai for my 60th.
Wow.
All the family. We couldn't go. So turning 65, I said I wasn't going to do anything. I said I just want to
thank God.
And the people around me said, no, you have to be celebrated. You celebrate people, you have to be celebrated. We assisted, we had to do this, to go to Dubai. People were to go with us, we couldn't make it. Yeah, I said, I don't want to do anything. I said, no, you have to. I said, okay, I'll try with 65 people. 65 for 65.
Wow, for your birthday.
Everyone was telling me,
how would you do that? You have to. You have over 200 members.
You can't do it. You can't do it. I said I will try. People do it, but I started. I couldn't do it. I moved to 100.
And from 100, you went forward.
From 100, we've gone
far beyond 200.
But I said, I'm doing something I've never done before.
Wow.
I have never
celebrated your birthday.
No, I've never restricted people from my functions. But this time around, I just want a quiet thing. But as far as it is, I'm having close to 200 people. So.
And when you turned, when you became the Bob Ashelu, it was a very big event. It was a big one. The Yusuf are very, very prominent. From your elder brother, Chifasi Yusuf, to you and all the Yusuf. When you mentioned the Yusuf in the whole of Ijebu land, people know who they are. Who is your father? Where were you born?
Okay. My father was born.
I want his name, sir.
Prince Abdullahi Kehinde Yusuf. He was the son of the princess of Ijebu land. That is the 59th Oba of Ijebu, Tunwashe. Was my grandmother's father. So that's where our linkage to the royal house.
Yes.
So we are from the Tunwashe royal family. My grandmother's father was the first son of Oba Adesanya Tunwashe, Prince Yerua.
Wow.
So my father was born here, Prince Abdullahi Kehinde Yusuf, and moved to Warri.
At what age?
Delta State. I wouldn't know the age that he moved there. I just know that all his children were born in Warri. So it must have been at a very early age. And I got married to my mom in Warri as well. My mom too was in Warri. They got married there. And I was born in Warri as well. And I schooled in Warri. At some point, I was moved to Ijebu when I was 13. So my father was a jeweler.
A jeweler?
Yeah.
I don't wonder.
So,
no wonder. Okay, sir. Yeah. Okay, sir. So moving to Ijebu at age 13, you didn't tell us the whole of the story. We would want to know.
Okay. It was my father believed that a young child growing up in Warri might not have the character formation might be flawed. That was his perception, and also that he doesn't want his roots to be forgotten. So whenever his children are of secondary school age, he moves them to Ijebu. So during my turn, he didn't intend me to go to attend secondary school. And the reason was he had 4 wives. And his policy was from each of the wives, he would educate 2 children from each of the wives. The other wives had 2 children each. My mother, being the first wife, had 4 children.
The first?
The first wife had 4 children. Wow. So our quota had already been taken. I am the last child of my mom, so I was 4th. So our quota had been taken, so I was not meant to go to secondary school. So the plan then was for me, I don't have to come to Ijebu. So, but somehow, at the back of my mind, I knew I was going to go to school. So,
how did you survive?
Yeah, I just...
Which school did you now attended?
I went to St. Andrew's Primary School in Warri.
Okay.
Then after, when it was time for the common entrance examination, I found a way with my friends. I took the exam, and I passed, and I was posted to a school in Benin. So I went to him that I've gotten admission, and he looked at me. Admission? To where? To secondary school. And And he said, who told you, who is going to fund it? Then I kept mute. I didn't see anything. We were in worry. I got it admission in Benin. So the next morning, he woke me up and said I should come along with him. I went to see one of his influential friends, and he said, I have told this boy that he was going to take over my business and stuff. But he came to me and said he was going to go to school and that they had gotten admission in a school in Benin. And Benin is far. I want him here in Warri. They will be thinking about how I will pay his fees because I will be going out of the principle that I have set out in my family. I think they got me a school in Warri, United College of Commerce in Warri. So I started there, and the money paid was £22. And he asked my eldest brother, who happens to be the first of the family, that I don't have a program for this, you have to pay me back. So
this is so interesting.
So my eldest brother paid him the money, and from then on started paying for my school fees. He's late now, but I always remember him. But if not for him, probably I wouldn't have gone to school. So my going to school was not that rosy because I was not meant to be. So I was just like taking whatever comes to me. So I got to class 2. I think it now dawned on him. This guy has to go to Ijebu. So I was in the second term in class 2, and one morning I was told I had to go to Ijebu in the middle of the school session. So I was taken to Ijebu Muslim College. So that was how I became an Ijebu
And after
guy.
your secondary school?
Yeah, after my secondary school, I had some brief stint working. I worked with, because then that was 1977, there was this WAEC issue. There was the exam leakages and the results were withheld and stuff. So I worked in Vitafoam in Lagos. Then I moved from Vitafoam because I was a footballer. So I was playing. So NEPA said they were looking for football players. I switched to NEPA. So I started playing with NEPA. So from there, I left for Radio Lagos, worked in Radio Lagos. Then after I left Radio Lagos, I was insisting I wanted to read law, and I couldn't get law because my English then was, I think, a P7, and I needed English for law. So that was taking my time. Then I went to write my exam, and I got a A3 in English.
Wow.
And thereafter, there was this thing about mass communication, and I said, oh, I'm in Radio Lagos already, and I've seen journalists, and I've seen everything. And my brother Shifasi Yusuf was into public relations and advertising. I said, let me do this line. That was then I went to Ogunpoli as one of the pioneer students of mass communication.
The same school I went.
Oh, I didn't know.
But we went, and when it was Mashuda
Technique.
That was Ogunpoli.
That's fine. That was one of the pioneer set of mass communication.
Yes, they produced the best communicator.
Yeah. Then we were the best.
Yes.
We were there.
We're still the best.
Yes. So after I left there, I went to England and to further my education and working life.
Wow. Such a very, very inspiring story for a young man who is so determined to make it in life. Sir, I saw your wife.
Yeah.
And I see, just before I came in, I saw your WhatsApp status.
Okay.
The first thing that came to my mind is I saw your stature. I wasn't looking at the face. I said, oh, and when I took a closer look at it, I saw that it was you and mommy. Then you just told me you were a footballer.
Yeah.
So something struck me. The chemistry, she looks so young. You look so young. You're just like young lovers. How was the love story like?
Well, it's been very great. It's been very, very, very great. because we are two people that loves harmony. And when you find people that loves harmony, then the chemistry is like ordained by God. Because once you love harmony, as God has asked us to do, that love your wife, and wife respect your husband. And that has been the maxim in our house. She respects me, and I love her. And it's like a two-way.
For how long have you been married? You met here in Ijebu or in England?
We met in England. So,
in England?
So we've been 21 years together.
Wow, wow, wow. There's another thing, sir, the Yusuf you have in me. How have you been able to, I'm talking about the whole of the Yusuf, generally, your all leaders. Even Chifasi Yusuf, you see him playing one role, either in the Ojujoba, in this and all. And I begin to ask, the leadership traits in all of the Yusuf, where did you get it from?
Definitely, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That was from my father, because he was a very principled person, and he doesn't joke with integrity. He doesn't joke with that. You have to be humble, and you have to be honest and truthful. And once you have that in you, it's easy for people to see and want to identify with you and want to follow you, want you to take the lead. Because when we were growing up, we could see our father was a leader. Every weekend, Sundays, his friends would come around.
Even in faraway Warri?
In faraway Warri, yes. Every Sunday, even the Dianolu of Warri, or the prominent people, they will come around, he will host them. So we see all this, and we see how respectful they were to each other. And for us, it was just like taking a cue. So wherever we go, we make sure that we make our mark. And from there, I think we get being discovered that. So we get involved in a lot of things. Like me, the Giwa Bobagunte. Not just that. I'm the secretary of the Ijebu Museum. I'm the chairman of the Itaregberegbe screening committee for new committees that are getting recognition. A whole lot of
leadership, position.
Yes. And these things it's not like we seek for it. Like the story of Giwa Bobagunte, I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it.
Really?
No, I never.
Can you take me through that 28 years ago?
About 28 years, right? It's a long story, but long and short. I was one of the coordinators of the group. That's okay, let's get ourselves together, let's do this. Well, we're pushing for someone else as a Giwa, and they were asking me, what will you, if this group after crystallization, what will you be? I said, okay, maybe the secretary, if my friend becomes the Giwa, maybe I can help him.
Everybody over my door,
I said, okay, if your friend does not become the Giwa, I said, no, I just want to be left alone. So
it wasn't a tussle.
No.
I want to become the leader kind of thing.
That's after all this that you have done. I said, no, I don't want to be. But later on, people just started coming to me. It's you that we want. It's you that I want. I said, me? No. You can't want me. I said, no, it's you that we want. And it became a group thing. They started coming to me. That it must be you. And most of my close friends, they came and spoke to me. And I said, okay. Then I came out. And some other people then were interested as well. They came out. And then we went for an election. And later they withdrew at the election. So it became a unanimous thing. That was how I became the Giwa. Wow. It was not a position that I sought for.
Wow.
But having gotten it,
maintaining it
like I do with all things that I get into, I put all my heart and soul into it.
The Bobagunte is one big age group.
Yeah.
You have the governor, you produce, and Senator Gbenga Obadara was also is also a member of that group, and yes, lots
of members.
Yes, you have House of Rep member, and perhaps the only group with a serving governor, a House of Rep member, a senator, a prominent Ijebu Otunbas, lots of leaders, and I begin to ask, how many members did Egbe Bobagunte started with? How many members?
We started with 99.
99 members. Wow.
99, but today I think we are 228.
228.
And we have chapters in the UK, vibrant chapter in the UK. We have in the Republic of Ireland, and we have that of the North America. And they are all vibrant chapters. They are all
these chapters in diaspora?
Yep.
And you're still the Giwa. How do you juggle all this role with the kind of commitments that you seem to have in Ijebu land?
That's why time is not my friend. That's why time is of essence with me. Even when I'm sleeping, my phone is never on silence because I need to tend to everyone. Everyone.
Sir, you have kids.
Yeah.
And they all stay abroad. How do you, Yoruba will say, Oshale wata abafi omo. How do you make sure they participate? Your father wanted you to participate. That was why he brought the first 2 children of each mothers, knowing that the eldest will bring the younger ones to Ijebu. That's why the fact that he stays in faraway Warri. How do you do it that even your kids are trying to become members of either one Egbe or are interested in either coming to Ojude-Oba?
I thank God for his exceeding grace. My son is Giwa Oluwaseye Yusuf. Giwa Egbe Obaneye.
Wow! Wow! So you, Baba Giwa Tobi Giwa.
Yeah.
Wow!
My maternal grandfather was Giwa too.
Wow! Wow! So you have a son who is Giwa Obaneye. So he's coming up for Ojude-Oba.
Yeah.
No doubt. Yeah. He's getting. Is he the one who is a medical doctor?
No.
Okay.
He's an economist.
Okay, but he's so much involved in. Is it the first child too?
Yes, for some.
Wow. 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 So how easy was it for you to convince him to Omo Loyibo? You know he's British, so probably Americana.
That's another story. I didn't want him to be Giwa. I didn't want him to be Giwa.
But you wanted him to become a member of...
To be part of the Regbe tradition, Regbe culture. But I didn't want him to be Giwa because I know that Giwa can stress you out. So I didn't want him to be Giwa. So I told him no. But
his age group wanted him.
They went to speak with their mom. That one came to speak with me. I should allow him. I said, allow him. With all this pressure, all this. So the guys too came to appeal to me. That was what they want. And so I gave in at last. So because I've been telling him, don't do it. And
it's obvious all his age group wanted him, just like they wanted you too. Sir, how long has he become Giwa?
I think it will be 50 years now.
Oh, wow. 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 So we're going to look out for him at this year Ojude-Oba. Sir, there is one thing about the Ijebus. While driving down this estate, I was telling my sisters, my brothers in the car that, there is nothing in Lagos that you're not going to see in Ijebu. That the only states or town, like the like of Abeokuta, Ogun in general, the only town that you will see that people who are members of that town are not afraid to come home and build mansion is Ijebu. So you're seeing the replica of what you see in Lekki, Aja. In fact, some of them build more beautiful houses than the one they have in Lagos. Is it something planned? Is it a culture? Is it Kinsanle?
I think it's a culture. The Jebu man is a proud man, and he wants to identify with his roots.
Ijebu man is a proud man. Proud man in positive way.
Positive way. He wants to identify with his roots. Proud, not proud in the
Negative way. I understand.
Proud that he takes pride in his roots, and he wants to identify with it, and believes that no place is like home. So that is what we've got. When we are here in Ijebu, it's as peaceful as wherever you can get. You don't need to go anywhere. There's a peace and calmness that you enjoy here. So, and the Ijebu society is a close-knit society and friendly. Don't need to be afraid. And we are not myopic, thinking that somebody, no. That's maybe in the past, but not now.
But is it something that most of your forefathers were doing when they were much younger too?
I guess so, because in my own situation, it was my father that made me come here.
And he has his building here too.
Yes.
In Ijebu
yes.
mansion.
So if not him, I won't identify here. Even while we were growing up in Warri, we always come for Ojudioba. We always come. So we know that this is our
He has
roots.
his own regbe too?
Yeah, in his days.
Wow.
So that's it. It's something that is kind of in us. It's not something that we acquire. It's inbuilt. So when something is inbuilt, it's easy for you to now translate it into reality. So I think that's what we've got. And thanks to our royal father too, the Hawujale of Ijebu land, Dr. Sikuru Kayode Adetono. He's made it very welcoming for us to be here. I was abroad and I do see him then, and he would tell me jokingly that this is not your home, this is not your place. How can you be Giwa and you are abroad? And when you come home, here we talk. So that was when I came, after I have returned and everything. Not until then that he honored me with, in 2016 with
Boba Shelu.
as the Boba Shelu of Ijebu land. He had created a welcoming environment for us. So we're happy to be home.
Another thing, sir, what stands or Egbe Bobagunte out from all the Regbes, with due respect to other Regbes in Ijebu land? There is one thing with that group. There is one thing. The way you adore your attire to do the FEC and prominent members of the horse riders families to are majorly members of that Egbe. What is that thing that stands the Egbe out?
Yeah, I think what we really have going for us is brotherhood. Brotherhood. When there's brotherhood, there's love. And that's why it's not difficult for us whenever we need to do any project. It's so easy because there's love and brotherhood. So we don't find it difficult at all. And the cohesion that we have everywhere, we speak with one voice. And one thing that I can say about the group is that the leadership is respected. They have a lot of respect for their leader, and I thank them. And I haven't, in my position as Giwa, ever taken them for granted, because I just happen to be first among equals. And they know that. So that has been one of our key points that helps us.
What What does life taught you at 65?
Well, at 65, all I can say is that with patience, everything will come to bear. That it's going to be patient, and whatever you do, your integrity, you must never allow it to be eroded. So my maxim is that you don't have to cheat to be a winner, and you don't have to steal to get enough. Just be contented. That is what life has taught me. That's worked for me. And I preach it to my children.
Wow. Wow. And what are the things that you've always been doing that you can no longer do now that you are 65? Baba.
I think I'm 65 by numbers.
Wow.
I don't think in
the true sense.
In reality, it has slowed me down. No. Except I get reminded by my wife and my children that you are no longer a spring chicken. Like, I like to drive myself. So why would I get someone to drive me? I can do it. But they forced me. That, no, you can't be doing this. Get a driver.
Another thing, what are the things that you've been able to learn from your father that has shaped your life?
The big thing that I always remember about my father that has shaped my life is that your name is key. Don't tarnish it. Don't tarnish it. Your name can open doors. So everything that we allow your name to keep opening doors, that's what you should focus on. Don't ever do things that will stop you from opening those doors. And what have I said before? Integrity. Keep your integrity intact.
Because I'm not going to tell you to tell me 65 things that are so amazing about you. So I'm going to ask, tell me one food that you cannot do without as a typical Ijebu man.
It's a kokoreo. And Gary, drinking Gary.
Wow.
I can have Gary for breakfast.
Wow. With or without fish, with or without granules, with
just Gary, no sugar.
Wow. Wow.
No sugar.
If you're told to advise someone who is much younger than you about life, what are the major advice that you give to him or her?
Well, there are a lot of things that can be said to people, but majorly, get an education. Majorly. Because education widens your scope. So, first and foremost, get an education.
The basic foundation.
Foundation, that's a foundation. You can then delve into other things, but have that education because it's going to open a lot of doors, a lot of opportunities for you and even widen your circle. So that is one key thing.
How do you rest? You have lots and lots of things. So here you're there, you're going abroad, you're this, you're doing that. How do you rest?
I try. And when it's getting too much, my wife drags me to a place outside Ijebu, maybe outside the country where people might not be able to even reach me. I, Otumba Giwa Adesanya Yusuf, as people refer to me, on my 65th birthday, I want to thank God. I want to be thankful and even ask Him. I want to thank God for the grace that He has given me to see this day and for the exceeding grace He has bestowed on me. Because when we're talking about grace, He has really bestowed exceeding grace on me. And I just want to beg God, beseech Him to continue to shower me with His exceeding grace in all ways possible, health-wise and in other areas. Because importantly, the most important thing about life I've come to realize, health, good health. May God continue to shower me with good health and the wherewithal to maintain whichever status He has granted me to date. Thank you.
So what has sustained you? What has brought you this far? Aside integrity and contentment.
Patience, resilience, and the grace of God. The grace of God, the exceeding grace of God. That is what has kept me.
I want you to appreciate your wife.
I have a good support system. The chief supporter is the one I call treasure, and that's my wife. She's been my rock. And because of all these things that I do, if I don't have someone that supports it, it will be difficult for me to do. Even to look after myself will be difficult. He takes care of that. So I really appreciate all that she's been, and that's why I call her treasure. And the lovely children that God has given me as well. And all the lovely people around me. I say big thanks to them.
There is no way we're going to talk about your father and we will not talk about that woman who had you in her womb for 9 months. Who is your mom? Is she also from Ijebu or Ijebu-Ode or other parts of Ijebu?
My mom was from Ijebu-Ode, Itantebo as well.
Oh, same place with that, okay.
And my dad calls her J.
What does that mean?
J is from abbreviations from her name, J-A-Y.
Oh.
Jariat Aduke Yusuf, J. So, and I love that, and I call her J when I'm playing with her as well.
Growing up with her, how was it like?
Well, growing up with my mom was a beautiful experience because my mom having me, she had me at the time where people thought she was done with having a child because I already had, she already had 3 boys. So, and my immediate senior brother was 15 years older than me. So at that time, nobody was expecting her that she was still going to have a child. And lo and behold, I came. And people were shocked that so this pregnancy she had was truly a pregnancy. They thought she had something else that maybe was making her stomach to protrude. And like I was told when I was born, people then in worry, when she maybe she backs me, people will say, na pikin she born. Oh. So that was why they didn't know that it was a pregnancy. So she was a very kind-hearted woman, and I was effectively with her from when she had me till 10 years. I was 10, and we left Warri for Lagos. I went on holidays. She went with me, but unfortunately she couldn't come back with me. She fell ill, and I had to go back to Warri on my own. So I lived in Warri without her for 3 years.
At that point that you were going through difficulties going to school, that your elder brother was paying the school fees, what was that role then?
Well, like I said, that my schooling was not meant to be, but because I was determined and I forced myself into it. So my dad, being the principal person, said he wasn't going to pay. So my eldest brother then was paying. So what we had then was just, at least basically, he was not prepared for it, but he took it upon himself, paying the tuition. So my upkeep in the hostel, I was left for my mom. So, and I was saying the story that we went to Lagos, she couldn't come back. She fell ill. She was a trader, and she fell ill. She couldn't go back to Warri again. She spent so many months in the hospital, and then effectively she couldn't trade. She used to trade between Ejiri in Ekwe and Warri. So she couldn't do that anymore. So she was now a full-time housewife in Ijebu. So I would leave the hostel and come. The hostel food, we all know that the hostel food is not enough. I don't have anything. And my mom would bring out her clothes and call people that are selling clothes and buying clothes, used clothes, and sell and give me money. Whenever I come again, she will bring out another thing, bring out clothes, bring out anything that is sellable. Maybe our plates. In those days, they have all these plates they used to decorate the house with. You bring them and sell and give me. So she's somebody I really, really treasure because she went all out to see that yes, I won't lack. And even when I started my working life, before I had a good footing, whenever I come home, she will still look inside our wardrobe. Do you need money? Take. So she's someone I can't ever forget. Up till today, there's no day I don't remember my mom. No day. Like, say there's a day I forgot, I don't remember. No. When I wake up in the morning, I remember my mom. Because I always pray for her. Because I felt at this time that God has blessed me. She should have been there. Because when I was building this house, I wanted to carve a place for her. I'm not sure my mom will follow me. She loved her space. She loved where she was. But I was thinking, because my brothers attempted it when they built their own houses, that she should leave where my father's place and come to the. She doesn't. She would love that place. But I was thinking that with me, she would definitely move.
Bend her rules.
Yeah. But it was not meant to be. She died before I completed the place, and I still regret that. But that was how it was meant to be. She was just when the Yoruba say, Abiomototo, she is an epitome of motherhood. And may God keep resting her soul.
Amen.
And like the Yoruba say, that's my prayer for her. Èmi Ọ̀túnba Adesanya Yusuf Giwa Bobagunte ọkùnrin Akílẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú. Mo kí dédé àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ mi àti dédé ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú nílé àti ní oko wọ́n kú palẹ̀mọ́ ọdún o. Ọdún náà ayọ̀ àti ìdùnnú a máa fi ṣe o. A ní wá rẹ ní tí o. Wọ́n ń pààrọ̀ ṣù, wọ́n ń pààrọ̀ ọkà o. Wọ́n ní pààrọ̀ ẹni o. Ní agbára Ọlọ́run, ojú wa máa rọ́dún o.